Hello, everybody. This is the Cave Troll Podcast. I'm Terry.
And I'm Dave.
And we already screwed up our entry.
We did.
That's okay. It's episode 1. No one's really listening anyways. All right. Just in general, we'll give you a little bit of a rundown. This is a show about nerd and geek culture and really whatever the hell we feel like talking about that week. So what do we feel like talking about this week?
Well, we got a couple of things. I got some retro gaming, like some N64 stuff.
No, get that out of there. No, I don't want that.
Well, why not?
I don't know. Next item.
It's the classics, man.
Next item. What do we got?
All right, well, on the list I have loot crates.
No, I don't want to talk about that either.
Oh, fair enough. There's this little thing that I like to hate everything.
No, yeah, Dave hates everything. All right.
Yeah. And I've been reading a couple of comic books. I want to talk about some of those.
I don't know how to read. Next item.
You too?
Yeah.
All right.
That's why we let's look at the pictures.
It's also this thing it's pretty big, small circles. It's like anime. Ever heard of it?
No.
Okay, well, we can get that out of the list.
Pokemon?
No, actually.
Okay.
Pocket monsters.
What about Frasier? You want to talk about Frasier?
Definitely. Who
All
doesn't want to talk about Frasier? And if you don't know what Frasier is, stop listening.
Well, Frasier, if you know, it's a spinoff of Cheers. And since I'm 12, I've never seen it before. And we just started watching it this year, and it's amazing. But we'll get to that later. Let's start with comic books, since we came from the comic book store today.
Totally.
All right, so what are you reading now?
Big fan of the Spider-Man Renew Your Vows.
Oh, that is an awesome book. And for those of you who do not know what that is, it is a Secret World tie-in, the big summer blockbuster thing that's going on over there at Marvel. And in this world, Spider-Man and Mary Jane stayed together. There was no terrible brightest day thing, where they break them up and Aunt May's dead and Mary Jane's gone. None of that. They're still married and they have a child together named Annie Mae.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, see, Annie Mae. See, I tied it all together. Full
circle. Shit. Is that more of a square or?
Yeah, circle gets the square.
Rhombus.
Rhombus of terror.
Definitely.
All right. And it's just a world just about Peter Parker realizing true responsibility is taking care of your kid over defeating bad guys and putting them all in jail.
It's a very good series.
Speaking of this, I've actually been dwelling on this for a little while. No one Peter Parker fights. Peter Parker, Batman, none of those guys ever go to jail. You know why?
Why is that?
There's no proof that they did anything wrong.
You've got a valid point. He just puts them on that step, and it's like, hey, I beat this guy up.
Yeah.
Take care of him.
All the cops know is they see a guy who just got the shit beat out of him hanging from a light post with webbing around him.
He's probably going in an ambulance.
For once, I agree with J. Jonah Jameson. Spider-Man.
That man's a menace.
Exactly. Now, these people really did do things wrong, but all of that is admissible in court. There's no proof.
Not proven.
No, it's just ridiculous.
We got some crooked-ass cops that like to bend the law to their own whims.
Well, see, no, if it was Gotham, that makes sense. I guess there's a loophole to that whole thing. Batman drops somebody off, they sprinkle some crack on them and get the hell out of there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that I can see that happening, but what's Peter's excuse?
See, that is true equality. They'll sprinkle crack on whatever color their skin is.
Yeah, Gotham
doesn't matter.
Gotham PD, that's what they're known for, is equality and racial tolerance.
Definitely.
Yeah, not crooked cops and bribery and Batman.
Well, they still have all that, but they
also
do
racial equality.
They do it equally.
All right. I don't think that's true. But okay, so Renew Your Vows. What else you been reading?
Well, I've always been a big fan of The Runaways. It's sort of a little-known comic, not super huge, but
I think Runaways has been pretty huge. But
it's not like they haven't made a movie about it. So,
all right, if we're measuring on things that are huge, what about Ant-Man?
Well,
they made a movie about Ant-Man.
Ant-Man was amazing, and I got irked a little bit today because there was a guy in the comic book store who was like, "Man, I didn't really like Ant-Man." I was about to snap his neck, be like, "Hey, it's fucking Ant-Man."
You can have an opinion. He's allowed to not like Ant-Man.
No, not in my comic book store.
If you hate the majority of things I bring up, you're like, no, I don't like that.
Well, they can't hate it. If I love it, no one else can hate it.
Oh, okay, I understand. So you're worse than Gotham PD?
Yes.
Okay. Because you hate everything. Everybody equal.
Yes.
Okay. All right, that makes sense to me.
At least I'm fair about it, goddammit.
Okay, then, so reading Runaways, is that a Battle World tie-in?
Yes, it is, actually.
Okay, so what's the twist on that, on the normal Runaways formula?
Well, it's actually hasn't been twisted a whole lot, except more than... there's only one character from the original cast of characters.
Okay, but they've changed up the lineup for Runaways quite a bit over the years.
They've added people here and there when others, had to leave for reasons.
Almost like an X-Men book?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay, so what did they change? Who's the non-original member?
The only original one is Molly Hayes. She's a little girl and is possibly the strongest mutant ever.
Is something Princess?
Princess Powerful.
Princess Powerful.
Yep.
All right, I gotcha.
She could beat the crap out of the Hulk if she wanted to.
Really? Is it magical or?
No, she just has this unfathomable super strength. Like, she can take on Wolverine if she really wanted to.
Right, but what is it based on? Is it a mutant gene?
Yeah, it's just mutant gene.
Oh, okay. All right. That's interesting. So,
Only problem is she's like 9 and she has to sleep for a long time after she does it.
okay, so
It's very small spurts of it.
exerts the strength.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It makes sense. So the X gene beats gamma radiation.
It could.
Where does Spock fit into it there?
Well, it depends if he's living long and prosperous.
Does the lizard beat Spock? I've never been able to play that.
I could never figure that out. Too many numbers.
For those of you who can't see at home, I'm holding up 2 of the live long and prosper signs from Star Trek.
See, now you're just being dumb.
Okay. Vulcan signs from Star Trek.
That's better.
Okay. I'm only the original Star Trek. I never really watched the Next Generation or
Damn
anything like
right.
that. I mean, Kirk with the double fist pound into someone's chest, that takes it home for me.
Take him out with Kirk.
I was actually just talking about the episode where he fights the lizard guy and he finds all the things he needs to make gunpowder on that
an
planet.
alien planet.
Hey.
He finds every substance he needs to construct gunpowder by hand.
Including bamboo to put the gunpowder in to create a gun.
By hand.
Well, David's an alien planet. He's not going to have tools.
Captain motherfucking Kirk.
That episode alone is why I think that series beats the Next Generation.
Okay, does he also make out with this alien creature that he's fighting?
No. She didn't have boobs.
Oh, okay.
If she had boobs, then
And
it would
of
fit
course,
that rule.
Captain Kirk, being in that day and age, he is very superficial.
Yeah, and I mean,
In the future, I mean, we all become really superficial.
I mean, I've never seen him make out with anybody, less than society's word for perfection. I
And
mean,
they have to be green. I mean,
he made out with Uhura, several other soldiers. What are they?
crewman?
Crewmen. I mean, what if you're not part of the Enterprise, but just part of the Galactic Federation or whatever it's called? I'm a terrible Star Trek fan.
Federationists?
I don't think
Federals? Federales.
Federales. That's what it is.
All right.
So he's made out with many Federales.
He's a slut, isn't he?
No, he's not a slut. Men aren't sluts.
God damn it, Terry Equality.
I'm sorry. I'm not from Gotham. I'm from Michigan.
Oh, all right. Where is Gotham, anyways?
It changes. I mean, sometimes it's on the East Coast, sometimes it's on the West Coast. And the new movie series is right next to Metropolis, and they're both on the East Coast.
Is it like St. Louis?
Sure.
I mean, like the whole sister city thing.
Cleveland.
Ohio.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. They're making them sister cities, which is cool. I like the idea. You have Superman over here in this amazing city, and then you have Batman over there in the crappy city, which is neat. But when I think sister cities in DC, I always think of Keystone City and Central City.
Yeah.
Because weren't those supposed to be sister cities?
I really don't know. I never really read anything that like took place in there.
Like The Flash? Or
I honestly haven't read any of The Flash.
Really?
Yeah.
Star City was somewhere in there, too. It doesn't matter. Too many made-up towns.
Of course.
What about where Black Panther's from?
Wakanda?
Wakanda.
That's a
yeah.
whole nother continent.
Exactly. No, it's a country in Africa.
Nah,
Or
it's,
made-up country in Africa.
it's like,
I think that's going to be my project this week is I'm going to make a map.
of the Marvel Universe?
No, the Marvel and DC universe, put them all on.
I like it.
From the modern age and just see what the world looks like. It probably looks something like similar to Battle World, There's like a big, huge mashup of
Patchwork
everything.
bullshit everywhere.
Right. Well, I mean, because in Marvel, there's several made-up continents, actually.
Yeah, there's Genosha,
Yeah.
the Savage Land,
Mhm.
which isn't that in Antarctica?
That's an Antarctica. Yes,
Yeah.
that's everything.
But it's underneath the ice, so
Right.
it's like 4-dimensional.
right. It's like Journey to the Center of Earth.
Yeah.
Without the Rock.
Why would you do that?
Well, because that was a sequel.
No, I mean, like, why would you not have The Rock?
Because I prefer Brendan Fraser.
You're not wrong.
Well, the Mummy trilogy is highly underrated. If there was anybody left listening to this, they've now turned it off.
Probably.
All right. So what am I
Maybe
reading
we
this week?
mummified them?
Oh yeah. I see what you did there. Don't do that. I'm the joke guy.
Say what I want, damn it.
You know what? Forget comics for a second. I just want to talk about your Venom mug that you got out of your loot crate.
Oh, it is fancy as hell.
My loot crate comes tomorrow, and hopefully I get the sister of that. And I get the Carnage,
I mean, I'm hoping.
or the son of that. I guess
If
if we're going by
continuity.
continuity. But They're awesome mugs. You should Google that. Look up the Loot Crate one. You should subscribe to Loot Crate. They are not sponsoring us. I just think it's awesome.
Yeah, we give them free advertisement because we love the shit out of them.
Seriously. I'm just going to talk about what's awesome, and Loot Crate is also awesome. I'm also drinking Mellow Yellow, so, Coke, if you want to send me a few dollars, that's fine, but I just think it's delicious.
Coke Vanilla over here.
I also like vanilla Coke.
It's a really cool mug. It's Venom's face is where you put the liquid in that you drink from. You're drinking out where his brain would be.
Okay, so that's his head.
Yeah. And the tongue wraps around his head, and it becomes the handle in the back.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It looks really sweet, and I love the way it's done.
Well, I am a little jealous. I hope mine comes tomorrow, and I hope I get the Mega Crate because mine didn't get delivered today, so I hope that's the reason why. I hope
and
I
then
just
you can walk down to the basement, plant it lightly in front of me, and say, suck it.
No, I definitely will. And I can't set it lightly in front of you because I'm pretty sure a TV comes in the Mega Crate this month.
Well, you will, before you do that, you will take the TV out, place it on your TV stand, watch Netflix for an hour, then do that.
No, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook it up in front of your bed with my surround sound and produce a video documentary about how much you suck.
Oh,
and begin blaring it as loud as I can in front of you to wake you up. That'll be your new alarm clock.
But you see, what I'm going to do, because you won't have nearly enough time to put enough production value on it.
Oh, I have the time.
I'm going to just pick that thing apart.
You're just going to find all the continuity errors.
This is not historically accurate, Terry.
When you made this scene transition, your hair was part of the left, and then when you came back, it was part of the right.
See that camera guy in the corner? You totally left him out in post-production. What the hell's wrong with you?
Well, I can't be like Star Wars and leave all the stormtroopers getting their head hit. And
Well, I mean, it just makes it better.
Speaking of Star Wars, how pumped are you for Episode 7?
Super pumped. I am, ecstatic right now. And I know it doesn't show in my voice, but there's so much squee going on in my head.
Listen, fans, I am very excited.
Bueller.
No, I'm super pumped for that. We're not gonna dwell on it. I've been trying to avoid as many advertisements. I've only watched
you don't
the
want to
original.
spoil any of it for yourself because this is the first time we've been able to naturally watch Star Wars in theaters.
Well, no, that's not true. I went and seen Episode 2 and 3.
Well, I saw 2 in theaters, and my dad fell asleep and snored through half of it.
Look, I mean, it probably covered up a lot of the Anakin scenes.
Oh
so
yeah, I really thought that movie was amazing at the time. Now I look back, I'm like, George,
George, what have you done? A 3 wasn't as bad as the other 2. I'm still not a fan, but again, I don't want to get into that right now. I've been avoiding all trailers. I've seen the first teaser, and that's it for.
I've actually been avoiding watching the original trilogy over again, which is something I want to do. But at the same time, I'm really against it because of all the edits that George Lucas has made to it over the years.
Yeah,
it just hasn't. It's evolved into something different than what it was when I was a kid.
Honestly, I had never seen the edited version because I had the original on VHS, so it never bothered me at all. And then I finally watched the ones with all of the different changes that he put in. And I was like, this is kind of stupid, but I could get through it because I love Star Wars. Until I got to the part, and this is still really, really early, but when Han shoots first. Because he doesn't in the edited version. So I guess, you know what? I didn't get very far.
No.
First little part of the movie. And when they have this really terrible edit and he dodges and then shoots, I'm like,
yeah, his head goes
what just happened?
An instant 45-degree angle just to dodge a laser bolt, which you shouldn't be able to see.
It should be instant.
Those effects are for the fans' benefit, not the people. They shouldn't be able to dodge that. That travels faster than a bullet, I'm pretty sure.
Don't you dare mock Star Wars. That was all accurate. That's exactly how all of that works.
Well, was that during the Reagan administration?
It was. That's when that took place. Is it in a galaxy far, far away?
See, what that was an allegory for the Cold War.
Like allegory lion Jesus from
Battlestar Galactica?
Yes.
Yeah,
with the Gungans.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm glad we're on the same page. So
Everyone else has stopped reading.
So what I've been reading this week, and they're listening, Dave. They're not reading. We're reading comic books.
On the same page, reading. It was a joke, Terry. Damn it.
I've been reading Welcome Back from Boom, which is only on issue number 1. It's really good. It's got a Highlander feel to it.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about that.
And a little bit of Sense8, a little bit from Netflix. I know you haven't seen that yet, but it's a okay show from the Wachowskis. The directors of The Matrix.
The Matrix.
The Matrix. That's The Matrix. So, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Sense8, but it's a similar property. You have these people called sequels, and what they do is they die and they're reborn in a new life, and they have the memories after they wake up, is what they call it, of all their past lives. And they're in an eternal war against each other, and there's 3 different ranks. You have the Atlases, which kind of control the armies. And then you have the soldiers who do the killing and the fighting, and then you have the grunts who drive them around and, in their words, make sure the trains are on time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's a neat feel. Like I said, it's just good old fun. There's only 4 issues that are going to come out, so it's worth checking out. And I've also been reading Renew Your Vows because I'm a huge Dan Slott fan and I'm a huge Spider-Man fan.
We grew up on that shit.
Exactly. I mean, it's awesome to see a married Peter Parker again.
Me and you were both running around in our backyards going thwip thwip all damn day.
I mean, I wasn't that nerdy, but
You say that, but
the thwip noise, I don't know if I would have had the constitution to pull off. I probably would have said web.
probably, yeah.
But in my head, it was making the noise.
Oh, of course. I mean, just like how you make the lightsaber noise in your head when you're holding a lightsaber.
I didn't often run around as Spider-Man because I knew him as a literary figure.
No.
As weird as that sounds. But what I did run around as a Power Ranger because it was much more realistic than Spider-Man.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was punching trees and hi-ya and, you know.
Get those battle kiosks.
I had to release my chi.
Yeah.
Or ki, if you
I
will.
mean, that's how you do it.
Exactly. That's
Ki,
how you fight.
kai, chi.
Yeah, I definitely,
It's
as
like
a
3
child.
copyrights I just fucked up right there.
As a child, I definitely thought I knew some sort of martial arts.
Did a lot of Digimon play in my mind on the playground.
Because
I had no friends.
Now, if we're talking about the playground, it was all Digimon because that was a good unifier of several different sects of nerd at our elementary school. Along with high school, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we haven't stopped watching Digimon or Power Rangers.
I still own Digimon on DVD and watch it probably 3 times
I
a
still
year.
wonder, 5 or 6 times a day how I ended up getting married. I'm like, who in the right mind would do this?
Yeah, I wonder that too.
Yeah, well, she's amazing. I feel like she's gonna get a head injury one day and just come to her senses, though. It is a worry of mine.
Like the opposite of what happened to Goku.
Yeah, exactly.
She's going to realize that she was sent here to destroy us.
that is exactly what I've been thinking. DBZ is a really good unifier of different types of nerds from different
Totally.
ages.
Even people who aren't nerds, they just know what DBZ is.
They just know Dragon Ball Z. I mean, like, there's that song from Waka Flocka Flame, and he talks about Call Me Goku.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's just really interesting. My nephew, who is 11, I took him to the comic book store, and I was super disappointed because he's not super nerdy. Like kids his age, he's really just into Minecraft. I buy him Minecraft books, Minecraft stuff, like apparel and toys. So it's just all Minecraft. When I say what he's into, it's Minecraft. But I took him to the comic store hoping to kind of expand that a little bit.
I mean, at least he knows at least one shape.
Right. Exactly. Blocks.
Yeah.
He is a cube-like figure. So I took him over there hoping he'd find something, spark some things. He looked at some Transformers comics he thought were neat, didn't really want them. G.I. Joe was another one he recognized, but nothing too big.
Yeah, nothing that struck his fancy.
Yeah, no, I showed him Batman and Spider-Man, which is kind of a terrible comic, but it's got 2 characters he recognized. He read it, he liked it, but didn't want the second one, which is for good reason. It's not good.
Not good.
But then he found his way to the manga section and picked up the first omnibus of Dragon Ball Z. It goes all the way up to the end of the Frieza saga, I think. So it goes through the Saiyan saga and up to the Frieza saga.
I thought it was the second omnibus. Like, it was just the Frieza saga.
Nope.
But he already knew the story, so he was okay with it.
Nope. I got it. It starts from the first episode of Dragon Ball Z, basically.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he really liked that. He was really confused because in the collection, some chapters are in color.
Yeah.
Because they're the reprinted ones from Shonen Jump that came out a few years ago.
Yeah, they always do that, and some of those big ones, they have, like, the first 5 pages in color. And oh, this is cool. It's all in oh.
And then it's back to black and white, which is fine. It's an interesting art style, but other than that, he really liked it. So there was some common ground there.
Sometimes those crazy anime powers get really confusing in black and white.
You mean Gallic Gun compared to Kamehameha?
Yeah.
Because they're so different. They're so nuanced,
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, like, there's not just DBZ, but there's some manga where, like, there's so much shit going on in one frame that you're just like, what's going on?
I mean, I feel like it's still confusing in color.
Yeah.
Like, when I'm watching the show and it's in full motion, I'm like, okay, who are the good guys? Why is everyone wearing the suits?
Spandex with the armor on it?
No, that's Power Rangers. I'm talking about, like in Bleach. What are those called?
Oh, the She-Hulk show.
Yeah, everyone's wearing those. I get confused. Like, why are the good guys and the bad guys wearing them?
Because they're all equal, Terry.
I guess, but I mean, someone take their shirt off like Goku so I know who's good and who's bad.
Frieza wasn't wearing any clothes.
That's true. And I always thought he was a woman, and that makes sense because
He was originally voiced by a woman.
Oh no, I know he was, but
Which was also the same voice as the old hag, as Yusuke Urameshi called her from Yu Yu Hakusho.
and that's why you don't have any other friends.
Yep.
I was gonna say that's why I love you, but I'm like, it's too strong.
Useless trivia in my brain that I can't get rid of.
you know. I mean, it's not useless. It came in handy this one time.
This one instance.
Yeah. I mean, I am going to kick you out for that.
Oh, of course.
Right. So you can just have your things in the yard by Monday.
Okay.
All right. I'm glad you can understand that. All right. We're going to move on from comics. What else do you want to talk about today? Let's talk about what you've been playing that's classic. You said you want to talk about some retro gaming.
Yeah. Lately, because I'm poor and can't afford a PS4, I have
a PS4. You can play it. It's in the living room.
But that's your stuff. I don't want to get your ick on me.
You can just get a better job. Stop being poor. Go to college.
It's not that easy, Terry.
I know. I fell into it. I fell ass backwards in everything I have. A wife, a career. I just get lucky. I always end out even. I'm like Jerry Seinfeld.
There you go.
You just need to be like George from the episode of The Opposite.
So do everything that I don't do.
No, think what you're going to do and then do the opposite. Just don't be you.
I think I did that once.
Right. Just skate better.
It's hard, though. I mean, I can't remember which foot to push off with.
I feel like you're having sex wrong.
I'm talking about skating.
Me too. That's what I was talking about. So retro gaming.
All right.
You've been playing Banjo-Kazooie?
Yes, actually. No reason why. I just had the inclination to get the $15 Banjo-Kazooie HD remix thing that they had on Xbox Live.
I mean, I like not no reason. I mean, it's really in the zeitgeist right now with Rare Replay coming out.
Yeah.
Everyone's been, posting Let's Plays and talking about Rare Replay. Like 3 of our friends pre-ordered it, even though I didn't think that one was going to run out.
Right.
I don't know what the bonuses are for 30 game collection, but
well, you get to play as Conqueror in every game.
oh, okay, yeah, I really want that. They didn't put Live and Reloaded in the in that collection.
Well,
they
no,
put the original N64.
Yeah, all you need is Bad Fur Day.
Right. Well, I agree, but I really like the multiplayer and the redone graphics for Live and Reloaded.
Yeah,
but
I'm pretty sure everyone who wanted Bad Fur Day on there still has their working copy of Live and Reloaded.
And that was their point to it too. When I listened to some interviews, they were talking about N64. That version is actually really hard to find.
Yeah.
So that's why they put that one on there. It's the harder one to get a hold of.
It's like, I mean, Nintendo made the Ocarina of Time re-release for the 3DS, and they still haven't dropped the frickin' price on it.
I thought you were going to say, like, the original Ocarina of Time hasn't dropped price, and with Nintendo, I don't doubt that at all.
No, they suck at price drops.
So what do you think of Banjo-Kazooie?
I honestly love it. It's the first game I ever played on an N64.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, at all?
Definitely. My first exposure to an N64 ever was Banjo-Kazooie.
I mean, that's not a bad place to start.
Hell no. It was
No
amazing.
Mario 64,
No.
Visiting a friend's house, or...
Nope.
No?
I didn't have friends.
Well, that I can believe. That's the one part of the story that doesn't baffle me at all. Actually, when I stumbled across the N64, my cousins came around, and I got a PlayStation for Christmas. They got the N64 that I wanted, and I was so upset until all of the amazing games came out on PlayStation. I'm like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you instantly jump ship, and you're like, I can't stop.
No, exactly. The PlayStation was phenomenal. Not knocking the N64. I think it was also
it
phenomenal.
definitely had its stuff, but I mean, then there was
But I wasn't
Fantasy.
disappointed. Exactly. No.
And, I mean, I've never really played Symphony of the Night, but I've heard amazing things
Oh,
about
Symphony of the Night is amazing. That was a little bit later on in that generation, but it was still amazing. But with the N64, the first game I played was, of course, Mario 64.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's clearly a little bit of a predecessor to Banjo-Kazooie. I mean, you can really see the influence that had on.
Oh, definitely.
Most platformers, any 3D platformer, really.
Same thing with Donkey Kong.
Right, exactly. A lot of people don't like Donkey Kong, and I find it a little bit strange because everyone loves Banjo-Kazooie, which is also a collectathon.
Yeah.
And I've
made
never
by
really
the same company.
Yeah, I know. I've never really understand the hate so much for Donkey Kong 64 compared to Banjo-Kazooie.
I really don't get it.
I mean, I've gone back and played both recently.
I mean, like, part of me is wondering if they were trying to play it without the expansion pack in the N64.
I don't think you could.
Oh, you could try. It wouldn't work, but you could try.
So you think everyone just put it in and it said, oh, it didn't work, and they were just pissed about it and never went back?
I mean, that could be a possibility.
I don't know. I feel like Banjo-Kazooie just had the right characters. I mean, Donkey Kong had, of course, Donkey, Diddy. And then they added a few new characters, and that's who you would play as. So I can see a little bit of problem having to switch characters.
They had Tiny, who looked similar to the female monkey in the Donkey Kong Country games, but
I don't
was not
remember
the
her name.
same.
No, yeah, I know. She's different.
That was Dixie Kong, actually.
Dixie Kong. That's an awesome name.
Yeah.
I haven't played the Donkey Kong Country games. I know that's blasphemy.
I've played, like, different ones.
Right.
I have no idea what's going on in any of them.
Do you still have your Super Nintendo?
I do, actually.
I think you should boot that up, and we should do some Let's Plays with that.
Hell yeah.
Just you go back to some retro gaming.
I don't have many huge games for it, but
Well, we can get them.
oh, definitely, dude.
We there's like 10 used game stores around here.
Yeah.
I mean, look forward to that. We are, while we're on that topic, we are thinking about launching a YouTube channel. I know not a lot of people are probably listening to this early, but we love everybody who is. Anybody who has found this.
That one guy in the corner way over there, we love you.
Yeah, exactly. If we're still doing this in the future and you found us and you went back through our catalog and you went back to this episode number 1, hello from the past.
Time travel.
What is the future like?
Holy shit, Terry. Time travel.
Exactly. If our future selves are listening to this from the future, come back. And today is the 20th of August, 2015. It's 11:51 p.m. Come and find us. Bring us nachos.
Nachos are good.
And a hot dog, please.
I was going to say, probably 2 hot dogs.
Yeah, and a honey bun.
Ooh, honey bun.
Some blueberries.
My fat voice is talking. It wants a honey bun.
Eat honey bun. That's what my fat voice sounds like. It's a whisper. It's like a really creepy whisper. Like there's somebody standing behind me. It's, yeah, eat that.
Mine just talks like Gallagher.
Can you make that noise for me, please?
Oh,
When I think Gallagher, I think of smashing watermelons or the Dave Chappelle sketch, Black Gallagher.
it's all of that.
It's all
All that wrapped into one with a honey bun thrown on top.
that is perfect. So, we've been playing anything else that's retro other than Banjo-Kazooie?
Star Fox, definitely.
You always play Star Fox. That's a
Always.
perpetual thing.
Star Fox is my life.
Star Fox 64 specifically.
64.
Not Adventure.
Well, honestly, I did enjoy Adventure,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't enjoy it as a Star Fox game. I thought of it as Zelda with dinosaurs and a fox guy running around with a staff.
I like that. I like the idea that Star Fox Adventure didn't exist.
Well, you see, because Star Fox Adventure did bring one good thing into the party that is Star Fox.
Dinosaurs.
No.
Third-person action.
No.
Terrible control scheme and no jump button.
No again.
Okay. What do we got?
It's the purple fox girl named Crystal.
She wasn't a dinosaur?
No.
Okay.
She was another fox. Looked a lot like the main character whose name is Fox. But she was
female.
purple and she had breasts.
I feel like the only thing I'm pulling from this is you like Star Fox Adventure because there's anthropomorphic foxes with boobs.
Half of it. But they added her in as a character in Star Fox Assault, which was another subpar Star
Was
Fox
she riding
game.
a dinosaur?
No,
Damn it.
actually she did in one cutscene.
Victory. I win the internet.
But I like that game because like the characters aged from like 64. Peppy became retired. He wasn't being a pilot anymore.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And so they threw in Crystal to take that 4th spot.
So it was kind of like Star Trek, when you come back and for some reason Scotty has his own ship?
Yeah.
All right. I'm with you.
I mean, Worf is a captain, Oh, you don't know who Worf is.
I don't watch The Next Generation. I say it like it's still out. Like, yeah, week to week, I haven't seen it.
You got to catch the next episode, man.
You know what's really weird? As I talk about, I love Will Wheaton. I'm a huge fan of Will Wheaton.
You mean Shut Up, Wesley?
Exactly. I don't watch The Next Generation. I really like Star Trek, and I've never seen The Next Generation.
We seriously have to sit down and do that.
We can do that. Catch me up a little bit.
We could probably watch the first episode tonight.
But, I have that whole sitting around thing I got to do, and I'm not doing that. My schedule's very conflicting.
All right.
Fair
enough.
All right. Well, what else? What else we got here? You said you want to talk about anime. Gurren Lagann?
Yeah.
Gurren Lagann?
Gurren Lagann.
Okay.
To sound like an asshole.
So it's an anime.
Yeah. There's this weird thing. Guys living underground.
Okay.
And they have to dig tunnels to make their town bigger, expand, all this stuff.
Like Dig Dug.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or Minecraft.
I'm going
Get the
more
younger
towards
crowd.
Dig Dug.
Do they fight snakes and blow them up with a tire pump?
No, there's robots with faces.
So Minecraft.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just this really weird anime. It's silly as all hell, and there are some good themes to it, like Believe in Yourself.
See, you always describe animes like this. What anime isn't silly as all hell?
True, but I mean, comparatively,
What are we comparing it to?
other anime.
Like what?
Like, well,
Fucking with you. Okay, so Gurren Lagann, they're digging holes
yeah.
to build character. Like the
Yes.
movie Holes.
Oh my God, mind blown.
Shia LaBeouf, Half-Life 3 confirmed.
You're not wrong.
I see. I get anime.
He does. He understands it completely.
Bleach, Dragon Ball Z, Dig Dug.
Yeah.
Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
You hear that? Bears.
I'm not on my menstrual period right now. So they're digging holes. I'm sorry, continue.
Yeah, they dig holes, and then this one kid who was voiced by Yuri Lowenthal,
Okay.
older Ben 10,
I know who Yuri Lowenthal is.
but other people don't.
Okay.
But he
Google
finds
Yuri Lowenthal.
he finds this small robot with an obnoxious-looking face on it, and somehow he can pilot with this little drill key.
Like Megas XLR.
Kinda.
Okay.
It's like a car, but it's a drill.
So is Megas XLR.
I know.
Okay. Anyways.
Mind blown. But he goes up to the surface, and he finds these weird beast people who have these robots, and they fight.
Okay.
And my problem with this is all the characters are very one note, other than the main character.
I mean, that's kind of an anime trope a little bit, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm used to. I've just seen so much better anime out there that when I
Right.
go to something like that, I'm just like, eh.
Right. You should watch Darker Than Black.
Oh, definitely.
Whenever
That's on my list.
people bring me the whole, one-sided characters, I really always say Darker Than Black, because not only are they're really well-developed characters, they're also drawn very differently. That's another problem I have with a lot of anime is every character looks the same with different hair.
Yeah, I just always go to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Full Metal Alchemist is amazing, but you've already seen that.
I know, but it's my favorite.
But if you haven't seen it, you should go watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Would you recommend Gurren Lagann?
I mean, I would. It's silly fun.
Okay.
It's all right. I mean, it's not like some deep enthralling story.
Right.
It's just silly fun action robots fighting.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, it's decent.
It's decent. All right. I'll maybe check it out.
There's some good messages in there for younger crowds. I mean, it's a lot of believing in yourself.
But,
And
like
whatnot.
dogfighting and
Yeah,
robots.
Yeah,
I'm
Michael
confused.
Vick.
Michael Vick. I'm confused. What's the good message? Digging holes builds character. I got it. I'm with you. We're on the same page. I'm gold blooming, and I don't know why. I'm just touching my face.
You should always be gold blooming.
I don't.
Ow.
I feel.
Ow.
I don't know. I'm lost. I'm lost right now. Well, the only thing left I know you really want to talk about is Dave hates everything. What do you hate this week?
Oh my God! Don't even get me started on Mass Effect.
I specifically want to get you started on Mass Effect because there's been a lot of news coming out with Andromeda. Are you excited for Andromeda?
I have been ignoring the shit out of that.
Mass Effect Andromeda? It's Mass Effect with Hercules?
Oh, well, that's a different story.
That's what Andromeda.
It's like another galaxy.
Or is that Babylon 5? I get those two confused.
Hotel Babylon?
No, see, Babylon 5 was good.
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
Andromeda wasn't. So you've seen The Next Generation, but you've never seen Andromeda or
Nope.
Babylon 5?
Nope.
That makes no sense to me. What about Battlestar Galactica?
Seen parts
Which one?
of the show that was on Sci-Fi.
Ah, that one. Okay, that one's good. The original's good too, but they're very different. So you're not excited about Andromeda?
No, not at all.
Mass Effect : Andromeda.
Nope. Because I became so... I can't even say disenchanted. I just flat out hate that fucking series.
Well, I mean, if you didn't, it wouldn't fit under the the whole thing we're doing.
Because I used to love the first one, and I went into the second one going, all right, this is going to be fun. And I was wrong.
You didn't like number 2 ever? That's like the most praised one.
I did for my first playthrough because I was just wonderstruck of, a new Mass Effect game.
Right.
Then my second playthrough, I was like, this is not good.
Not good?
Not good, Jim. We got to get out of here. We're not like these people.
Now, see, I really liked Mass Effect 1. That's the only one that I've beaten, played. I've started Mass Effect 2, and all of a sudden I had ammo. And I was really confused, because in number 1, they talk about how you have infinite ammo because ammo is a thing of the past, because you use these microscopic filings.
Yeah, you just put a solid block of material in your gun, and there's a...
And that's ammo.
Yeah, there's a mechanic in your gun that... Well, not a mechanic, but there's a machine in there that will just shave off a tiny little sliver of it, and it's magnified by magical sci-fi powers.
Right.
And it just shoots this thing at super speeds, and it's super...
Charged?
killing power.
Mass relays.
Yes.
It's based off that technology,
Yeah.
right?
Element 0.
So where did number 2 lose you other than the not-infinite ammo? Because that's where it lost me a little bit.
It was just... There were so many things that they brought in with that game that I thought went against the whole mythos of the world.
Okay, so it was more a story that
Yeah.
you had a problem with it.
Because, I mean, the collectors just came out of freaking nowhere.
Right.
It's like no one had even mentioned it in this huge galaxy that you start to explore.
in number 1.
Yeah, in number
you
1.
You talk to lots of different races.
Yeah.
And different people from the... I always want to say Galactic Federation.
Yeah, you go to like 3 different planets and...
The Coalition.
Yeah, and there's like no even single mention of, oh man, these collectors, they abducted our people. It was just like, oh, hey, number 2 started. And guess what? We got these people abducting over here. You got to go here. You're dead, but now you're alive.
Yeah, I can understand that being upset. Are they the main antagonists of the game?
For the whole freaking game.
Okay, what about number 3? You've played number 3 as well?
Number 3, I loved.
You loved
Up until it broke my heart at the very end.
The very end. And spoilers for Mass Effect 3.
Well, honestly, there's not much to spoil. It's just you jump into light A, light B, or light C.
But the outcome is different depending on which light you go into, right?
The cutscene is very much the same.
Okay.
And by the way, I'm going by the original ending, not the one that they redid because fans got pissed.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't even play that game
You didn't
again.
bother with it?
Nope.
You were just that upset?
Not worth it.
You didn't care they tried to appease you?
Nope.
Okay, so say I was Commander Shepard and I jumped into light A. What happened?
Well, there was something with the Reapers. I honestly don't remember the difference between the lights. One was blue, one was red. But the one that was blue was the bad choice, and the one that was red was the good choice.
Ooh,
which,
twist.
Yeah, goes against.
Was there a green light?
There was.
What did the green light do?
That was called synthesis.
Oh.
And what happens is you make everyone in the galaxy both synthetic and organic life forms.
Okay, so that's like the ubiquitous good answer.
Yeah,
Peace
apparently.
for all.
Yep. Shepard.
That's a good message for the kiddies.
Shepard sacrifices himself and gets dematerialized into aether,
Okay.
and somehow that light shoots off all over the galaxy, turns everyone synthetic and organic.
So Reapers, Geth, humans.
Yep, but it also destroys the mass relay. That whole system, it destroys all that.
So we can't get to the Andromeda
Yeah.
Galaxy.
And so what happens is this whole
Plot
war
hole.
fleet that you built through the entire game
Yep.
is stuck on Earth.
Okay. So we're just back to square one?
Yeah,
Like we've never been to Mars?
exactly.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I was so pissed off
I
about
can
it.
understand why people get
And
pissed
then
about
it
that.
goes, it gives you this tiny little cutscene in the future of this kid talking to this old man going, tell me more stories about the shepherd, Daddy. And
Is that the main protagonist of Andromeda?
It could be.
Ah,
Although
see,
I think it's a
connected.
prequel or some shit. I
I
don't
filled
know.
the hole in anti-Dig Dug style. Holes.
I'm digging them.
I'm losing my character. You know, speaking of holes, again, I'm going to say a little bit of spoilers for Spider-Man Renew Your Vows. They brought back Dr. Owen in this recent issue. I'm not going to say what he does, just that he's in it. And Dr. Owen was in the Spider-Man animated series, and I think that's awesome.
It's just another connection that we love.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say about it except for the Spider-Man animated series is awesome, and the fact that they
You're
brought in
talking about
somebody-
the one from the 90s, right?
Yes, the Spot.
Yes.
Yeah. I've never seen the Spectacular Spider-Man that a lot of people go on. They say that they really like.
I watched about one episode of it, and I was so off-put by the animation style that
It wasn't your thing?
Yeah.
I mean, people now listening to you for about 40 minutes probably are not surprised at all that you were put off by one aspect of the show.
Nope.
I think that kind of fits in. We might have to do a Dave Hates Everything on that.
Probably. I mean, I could probably give that show a solid watch and then come back with why I hate it.
I feel like I should try to counteract, how much you hate.
Like, just try to
This
love
stuff.
everything that I bring up.
Well, I am an eternal optimist. I like to say, like, I love most things. But if we're going to go rapid fire, I don't hate Mass Effect. I haven't played a lot of Mass Effect. I feel like I might have that hate. I'm super, super excited that they announced the Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, my God.
I wouldn't say reboot. It's not a reboot. It's a
Complete remake.
complete remake, not a remaster, a remake.
From the ground up, they're redoing all the
they're
graphics.
redoing everything. They've announced they're changing basically everything we loved about it. The combat system, the story.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, there are some aspects in the story in the beginning when you're in Midgard that I feel like would not be...
I mean, there's clones and angels and holy and...
Oh, no, I mean in the beginning, like when you're with Avalanche, like there's some weird shit in there that Cloud does that I feel like wouldn't really fly too well nowadays.
Mech Scorpions?
No, I mean like Don Corneo's mansion.
That's not from the beginning.
It's in the beginning. Like, you don't leave... Like, that's in Midgar.
Don Corneo's mansion?
Yeah.
I thought that happened...
That's Sector 6.
Oh, I thought
You
that
go there with
happened-
Aerith, and then suddenly Tifa.
Oh. Okay.
You run into Don Corneo later when you go to Wutai.
Oh, thank you. That's what I was thinking of. I was just confused. It's been a long time since I played that. But even though a lot of people are a little bit upset that all these things are going to be changing, I'm still excited for it.
Oh, definitely.
Staying on the whole Square Enix track, I'm super excited for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, definitely.
I'm getting there. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3. Again, a lot of people think it's going to come out soon. The voice actor for Goofy said it was going to come out in 2016.
Well, what is he, Goofy?
Yeah, exactly. That dude is not going to say off his rocker because he's not that old, but he's misinformed, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably really wants it to come out.
No doubt. And whenever you're on one of these projects, you want it to do well. You want it to be soon. You want the fans to be appeased. He cares about us. And I think he might just be misinformed because that game was very, very pre-production when they announced it.
I gotta say, I'm jealous of his voice ability.
Oh, definitely. No, I am too. That man is amazing. But it doesn't mean he has the insight of when it's going to come out. And, they could have told him it's coming out soon, and they could be wrong.
Yeah.
I feel like if it is going to come out, if they do announce a date, I'm sure it's going to be pushed back.
Oh, definitely.
Because
it's Kingdom Hearts.
Exactly. We've seen very little combat in it, only a little bit of gameplay, and we've seen a couple of good cutscenes, trailers for it. Those look really, really cool.
Yeah, the graphics totally look spectacular.
The one thing I think is going to be a little bit off-putting to fans is you have to play the spin-offs. I put that in quotations, actually, because they're not really spin-offs. They matter to the main storyline, which is the difficult thing.
Yeah.
I'd
say the only one that really doesn't would be Recoded.
Recoded, exactly. That one can really be summed up. That's why it's not really playable. When they did the remasters, it was just a cutscene.
Yeah.
One big long movie, basically. It was basically 2.5 hour movie.
358 over 2 is not super important.
It is super important to why what happens in Kingdom Hearts 2 happens.
Yeah.
So, again, that's what I mean. It may not be the main storyline of what is happening to Sora right now, but it all kind of matters, which is the stinky thing, because they refer to it all the time.
Definitely.
They talk about this thing that happened here, where this character came from.
It's like, I haven't been able to play through Chain of Memories because I can't stand the gameplay of it, but
right.
there are some important story elements in that
Definitely.
I'm just like...
And it's filled with anime convolutedness.
Oh, of course.
Nobody's Heartless, whatever they were called in Birth by Sleep.
Oh, the Unchained?
Unchained, yeah. And then in Dream Drop Distance,
the
Dream Creatures.
Dream Eaters.
Dream Eaters, yeah.
Yep.
So there's lots of different things like that, and they all matter. They all tie in.
All of them.
None of it's throwaway, which is good. I like that. I've had fun playing all of the spin-offs. But people going into Kingdom Hearts 3 are going to be a little bit upset.
Here's something I want to bring up about Kingdom Hearts.
Well, right.
It involves Leonard Nimoy, actually.
Yeah, that is really sad.
Because he passed.
He passed away, and he's not going to be able to return as Xehanort.
Yeah.
Which stinks because he's the main antagonist.
Yeah, he did a phenomenal job as Xehanort.
Everybody did. I've always been really impressed by the voice acting in Kingdom Hearts,
yes.
actually. Because as much as I don't like a lot of the voice acting in the Final Fantasy games, Kingdom Hearts was amazing. All of them. Haley Joel Osment, especially. I haven't heard if he's reprising his role, but I hope so.
Yeah, me too.
He's been in some awesome movies.
And when you talk about less than phenomenal voice acting in Final Fantasy, I just think of that scene where Titus tries to get...
I'm just going to go with the fact that his name is Titus.
Yeah, whatever. But he tries to get Yuna to laugh.
Yeah?
That scene, so bad.
Hands on the hips. And
I
I have a lot of problems with Final Fantasy X. I do like Final Fantasy X, but just there are a lot of problems with it, in my opinion. But overall, I'm excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. Also excited, more Square Enix, Final Fantasy 15, which should be coming out sooner than Kingdom Hearts 3.
Hopefully.
I think they said it was 60% done a few weeks ago. So if they keep on that trend,
so maybe 5 years.
Yeah, maybe on the upward trend of coming out this decade.
Yeah. I'd like to play it before I'm 30.
Right. Well, they announced it like 10 years ago, so
we'll see.
Right. We will see. It's going to be a long road. And it already has been.
I have told you before that I played the demo of it.
Yeah, what did you think of the demo?
I had fun the whole way through.
Yeah?
Yeah, because like the whole thing is like you're trying to get some money to repair your car.
Okay, and it's broke down, so it just kind of drops you in the middle of a scene.
You just wake up in a tent and you're walking, and it's just like, hey, we got to go find some money. Let's go get a job.
I really wish I had a dime for every time I've done that. I really should get my life together.
Probably. And you just go to this billboard thing and just like, well, not billboard, what is it? Just like a job board type.
Job board?
Yeah, let's go with that.
But the typical pickup missions here.
Yeah.
Quest board.
You pick up this job to go hunt a behemoth, which is a classic Final Fantasy monster that is almost in every one of them.
Heck yeah.
Except in this one, you get to get like a realistic look at it because you're just this guy walking around.
Yeah, that's one thing I have noticed is awesome is the scale of these creatures compared to you. Because even in the newer games, it seems like they kind of scale things down a little bit. It's still similar size things. Like when I fight a black dragon, he's not that much bigger than me.
Yeah, and you have to find clues on where this behemoth is and where its nest is at. And you infiltrate its nest, and there's this scary situation where it's smelling you.
Oh, neat.
And you're like right next to this fucker. And like you got this friend that carries a big old sword. If people have seen anything about this game, they know who I'm talking about.
Okay.
And he's just like, stop. Do not move. We're going to die. And the only reason why this behemoth does not kill you is because that eye that it was looking at you with was scarred and it can't see.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Adds a little bit of depth to that one boss.
Yeah.
Now, does this lead you to believe that a lot of these boss encounters will be like this? More of an adventure than...
One can hope. Yeah,
I really do. I really do. And when you said that he was talking to you and telling you to stop, who's you? Who are you playing as?
I can't remember his name, but you're the prince of this country.
Noctis?
Yes, Noctis.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, are you only playing as him? Or are you switching between the party? Or
no, you're just playing as him.
Just playing as him?
Yeah.
And that's a little bit disappointing to me because that was one thing I really liked about the Final Fantasy games is you control the party. Now, you couldn't play as everybody. You had to pick and choose who was in your party out of all of your adventuring friends. But you still had complete control over everyone you are playing with.
Yeah.
This is more like Kingdom Hearts where like you can direct them and say, hey, I need help with this creature. And I'm going to combat this one-on-one.
But so far, what I saw in the demo was actually they were very intelligent. They knew what they
were
doing.
So it's good AI.
Definitely.
Well, that's good. That's good. If you're not going to be able to control them, at least you know you can depend on them.
I mean, they did save my butt multiple times because I did not know what I was doing.
Is there a way to direct them similar to Kingdom Hearts? Like, hey, you can click triangle?
Not that I could see.
No?
But I'm sure they'd add something in for that.
I really hope they do. And I heard they have patched the demo, which is neat.
Yeah.
Just based on player feedback. So that's kind of cool. They're listening to what we have to say. Since the game is still in early production... I mean, it's still early enough in the process where we can make changes, which is neat, especially that they're listening to us. I mean, contrary to what you said about Mass Effect 3, how you didn't care that they made that change to appease us, it's neat that this early in the process...
Yeah, it is good that they do feedback.
Right, exactly.
But it was just with Mass Effect, I was just so off-put by all of it that I was done.
But so far, even though this is a big change to the fighting systems that you've encountered in your favorite Final Fantasy games, you're still excited for FF15?
Definitely.
Awesome.
Because Final Fantasy has a history of changes.
Right, definitely. They've changed, active time battles, to the strategy games. They've done a lot of different things. Final Fantasy 12 is one that comes to mind. I really liked Final Fantasy 12, and it was more of an MMO combat system. I remember when they were first talking about using the engine for Final Fantasy 12, they were talking about redoing FF7 way back then. They were talking about using that combat system. What do you think of an active time battle system similar to FF12, where you're moving around, controlling your party with the gambit system? What do you think?
I don't know, because I didn't really get too far into FF12, so I'm not really familiar with how that battle system worked. I know you walk around.
It was similar to an MMO.
And like by gambit system, what wasn't it like? You set like a queue of what characters would do or something like that.
Tendencies is more a better way to put it. Things that they would do, not necessarily in order, but things they're more likely to do. Certain attacks would take priority. If you're able to do this attack, if you're able to use this potion, use it now.
In situation A, do C.
Exactly, and it worked really well. It's a bad way to put it because you could automate your party. You could walk away. I could walk up, and that was another thing. It was kind of like Chrono Trigger, where you saw who you could fight. You could avoid them if you wanted to. Like in an MMO, you walked up to the enemy. So if I saw a Tyrannosaurus and I wanted to fight him, I could walk up to the Tyrannosaurus, and if my gambits were set up properly, my party would do the work for me. Which isn't necessarily the way you want to play, but there are certain gamers that prefer that kind of gameplay. It was all the preparation. That's what made it still feel like a Final Fantasy game to me. Even though the combat system was so different, I still had to go in with the preparation. It was like in Final Fantasy VII when I wanted to fight Ruby Weapon. I couldn't just walk in and fight with whoever I had in my party.
Hell no, you had to know what you were doing.
Yuffie and Vincent were not going to be enough to take on Ruby Weapon.
No.
I had to plan out all of my materia. I had to know which moves I was going to use, whose weapons had equipped.
Yeah, you had to make sure you had the right materia in the right link spot.
Exactly. I really hope that they keep in that priority with
the materia system was so good with FF7.
I want materia. Even if you change everything about the combat system, please give me a materia. Please let me, the point I was getting to with FF12, please let me go in and do the numbers game. I want to be able to pick and choose who's doing what. That's what I get out of RPG. I can micromanage my party. It's not an action game. When I want to play an action game, I play an action game. That's what I was asking about FF15. Did it still feel like an RPG?
You know, it did, because it had this level of management with your combo that you would set up.
Okay.
Because Noctis can use any weapon.
Okay.
So you find a weapon, you just put it in this one slot for the combo, and you just go to fucking town with it.
So I like that. So you can still get that preparation and that control over your party.
And depending with like how different enemies behave, you might want like the super heavy weapon as your first go in, and then finish off with a couple quick strikes.
Could you use that with any of your other parties? Can you, or your party members, can you change any of their equipment or
I
control
don't
moves
think
they
you
do?
can, but again, this was the demo.
Right. Of course, they could add anything. They could not include that. But say the game came out today. It was just like what you played. Would you be happy with it?
Probably, yeah.
If they came out with Kingdom Hearts 3, would you be happy with what you saw as the gameplay trailer? Him running up the wall, and riding on Heartless. Maybe. Or the newer gameplay that they've shown with the different Disney rides being summons and him running down the mountain, pulling out 2 machine guns.
Yeah, it was like his Keyblade transformed?
Yes, Keyblade transformation.
Transformer.
I think we got a Transformer. Would you be happy with that?
Not a Transformer.
Transformers 3 aside.
4, actually.
Oh, God.
3 was okay.
I didn't realize we had that many.
We do, and there should be more on the way.
Oh, hooray. Okay, what about if Final Fantasy 7 came out tomorrow with FF15's gameplay?
Solid. Yeah.
You think it'd be solid?
Solid gold funk.
All right. It's good to hear that you don't hate everything.
I don't.
It's good to hear that you have a general opinion that's not always negative.
It's not always negative. It just leans
Mostly
to
negative.
the left sometimes.
You know what they say. Mostly dead is somewhat alive.
Usually. I mean, I'm not a coroner, but...
Okay. All right. So, I mean, we went through a few things Square Enix related. I do want to talk a little bit more about Nintendo because I've been hearing more murmurs and more about a lot less games coming out and hints that Zelda might not come out on the Wii U.
Really?
How do you feel about that? Not being a Wii U owner, I really don't know.
Well, they are trying to come out with that new system.
The NX.
Yeah. Are they just shifting it to that, or are they just nixing it all together?
And this is all rumor and conjecture that we don't know. They haven't said anything about it. We haven't seen Zelda in a while.
Yeah. They've been trying to get that out for a long time.
I don't know if they've been trying to get it out, but they've been showing it to us.
They've been trying to get it out.
We've seen some off-screen footage, which is disappointing. They haven't displayed a lot of the gameplay.
Yeah, all I saw was that thing of supposed Link on a horse, and he shoots this exploding arrow thing.
Oh, you saw the original reveal trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah. They've showed a little bit more than that. A little bit of Link not flying around the road, roaming around the world on Epona, assuming it was Epona.
Yeah.
Roaming around on a horse in an open world environment. They showed that they were talking about trying to make the open world more entertaining, more things to do. In that,
not just walk across a field for 20 minutes
and then go to another dungeon. No,
yeah.
They've been talking about trying to make more of that, which is interesting. But do you feel like it is going to come out on the Wii U, or do you think they're going to hold it?
See, I don't know. Nintendo, they've been weird lately.
They've always been weird.
Yeah,
it's Nintendo.
True.
Look at the N64 controller.
Damn right.
I really think I think they dropped the ball with the Wii U. I think they did a lot of things wrong, but I feel like they're trying to fix it, and I think them staying quiet is the right thing to do right now. Holding all their cards to their chest, so this way we can't nitpick it. I can't say, oh, that stunk because they haven't done it.
Exactly.
So even though quiet sucks, we haven't had many games, we don't get to play all these awesome ideas that they have right now. At least I know that they're trying to change things up.
Yeah, they've got big ideas going on right now.
Really. I hope we hear something, from some of their classic series. Like I want to see another Metroid game. And not the Metroid, the defense
soccer
thing.
ball.
Yeah, no, thank you. Bad Rocket League is what I want to call it.
I mean, I mentioned Star Fox earlier.
Yeah.
And they are having that Star Fox game that they've been talking about.
Yeah, I don't like the look of
Star Fox Zero. It doesn't look good, but I mean, I'm really hoping that it's good.
That and Tony Hawk have been my two big disappointments that they showed at E3 and Gamescom.
Yeah, Tony Hawk, like just the graphics looked like it was.
Have you seen it since they cell shaded it?
No.
They cell shaded it. It looks a lot better, but it still looks very boxy. Still looks very last generation. Which I'm not a huge graphics stickler, even if it looks crappy.
Yeah, I mean,
as long as it plays well, and it looks kind of slow is my problem with it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like Tony Hawk. Tony Hawk is a fast game. You know,
Definitely.
Trying to grind a manual on every single surface. You were moving super fast, and this one just looks slower. It doesn't look like the next game I was hoping from Tony Hawk. Now it looks way better than Ride.
What's Ride?
Tony Hawk Ride. You don't know Tony Hawk Ride?
Oh,
With
the
the board?
peripheral.
Yeah, that whole thing. I see that you crossed that out of your memory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have yet to forget.
You've
about
upset
that.
the balance.
Yeah, I spent the $100 whatever on that peripheral and sold it for. I'm pretty sure I sold it for like $3.
You had that?
Yeah, I had that. Very small window. I
Right.
had that. Yeah, that didn't last very long. But we were talking about the Metroid bad soccer game. I call it bad Rocket League. I've been playing a lot of Rocket League lately.
That game is so good.
That game is amazing, and the fact that they gave it away for free on PS Plus is just.
I'm terrible at it, but I love the shit out of it.
It's so much fun, and I play a lot of FIFA. I know I've gotten you to play a little bit of FIFA.
I mean,
Super Mario Strikers,
best thing ever.
I'm a big fan of soccer games, and I almost prefer Rocket League over them. It feels more like soccer to me. It feels like I need to be more aware of what's going on because I can't just switch to a player who's closer to the ball. It's all me. I have to have player win. I have to know where my teammate is.
Yeah, I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, I have to know where the ball's gonna go.
But to me, like the fun factor,
yeah,
Super Mario Strikers has it all day.
with the special moves and everything.
Yeah,
do you get that out of Rocket League? With the boost and the jumping around, being able to blow each other up.
I mean, that is funny as hell.
I love being able to go close to the goal and do a backflip and score. With a car. I have, and I also have
with your vanity plate reading Beckham.
Exactly. I'm a big fan of the LA Galaxy, so I have my Fez on and my lightning bolt on my antenna. I have a good time with Rocket League.
Oh, it's definitely fun. I love that game, but I love Super Mario Strikers so much more.
You think a bit more?
Yeah.
And I a lot of people are probably saying that they're not the same genre, but they really are. I mean, Rocket League's a soccer game.
It is.
It's just a different kind of soccer game.
Car soccer.
And again,
Soccer.
Soccer, exactly. I think I prefer it over a lot of those games. Then again, I didn't buy FIFA this year. I heard Pro Evolution was really, really good this year. I haven't played that one yet. So maybe I don't have a lot of good things to compare it to, but I was super, super impressed by Rocket League. Again, they I'm pretty sure they got a payout from PlayStation. It's not like they gave it away for free completely.
Oh, of course.
PlayStation, I'm sure, bought it for PlayStation Plus users.
They gave them this many dollars so we could give it away for a while.
Which is a very good move because I'm sure they're still making lots of money on it on the PC.
Oh, damn
and
right.
I don't know if it's going to other platforms. I hope it does. I'd like to see it on Xbox.
You mentioned it's cross-platform play, though.
Yes,
which is
completely
great.
Yeah, you can play with your PC friends. I don't know how it works with matchmaking. I don't know if you have to hunt them down like that. I don't know how that works in-game, but I know that it is cross-platform
it's possible.
play. Yeah, it is. It's possible. And we've always known it's possible. A lot of games have done it. But this one does it well.
It's always fun when it happens.
Exactly. The only thing I'm a little bit disappointed by is I can run a season, which is neat, and I can simulate certain games so I don't have to play every single one.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
Which is really
Save
neat. But
time.
I cannot organize a league in Rocket League. I can do it outside of the games. Lots of people do it. There's a couple different websites that are just dedicated to it, which is neat.
Oh, that's good.
The Kind of Funny guys have a Rocket League going on, which is really neat. You should really check out all of their shows if you're not. Odds are, if you're listening to this, you've probably seen Kind of Funny. They do a really cool Rocket League. But you cannot do it in-game, which is a little bit frustrating.
But, I mean, updates are always a thing nowadays.
Oh, definitely. It just seems like a lot to implement. It seems like something
Yeah.
if they were going to do it, it's in the title.
I mean, like, how much do they sell that game for?
I think if you bought it without PlayStation Plus, it's $20.
Wasn't it crowdfunded, too?
I think it was crowdfunded, yeah.
Yeah, like it's kind of like a smaller game is what I'm saying. Like,
Right, no,
yeah.
definitely. It's all about, with Kickstarter, it's all about community.
Yeah, and you see, what we do is we're giving it good press right now.
Right.
More people will play it. That 3 people that we got listening.
Yeah,
they're going to jump on it.
All 3 of you should play Rocket League.
And you 3 might tip the scales in their balance.
You know what? You should add us on the PlayStation Plus and play Rocket League with us. I am Resident Stevel with a Z and 2 E's. It's super hard to spell. It's REZIDENTSTEEVIL. I'm also that on Twitter. If you want to add me on Twitter, I don't say anything funny, but you can laugh at me all the same.
I mean, I do that on a daily basis.
Exactly. Are you on Twitter?
I do have one, but I haven't been on it in forever.
Well, you should start tweeting. I mean, if you have 3 people listening to you, they're going to want to follow you on Twitter.
Yeah, you know.
What are you on PlayStation?
I don't actually have a PlayStation account right now.
Oh my God, man, you're so poor. What are you on Xbox 360?
Digital Flaw.
Digital Flaw?
Yep.
Spelled like how it sounds?
Yep.
One word?
One word.
Perfect. Are you that on Twitter?
No.
Okay.
I'm my name on Twitter.
You're David Tulgetske on Twitter.
Yes.
How do you spell your last name?
Tulgetske.
And it's
not
David.
I.
David
Motherfuckers.
Tulgetske?
Yes.
Okay. Is that Polish?
Yes.
Okay.
And there's a picture of an R2D2 as the cover.
Okay. Mine's a picture of me in my graduation gown and cap because a lot of people didn't believe I'd make it.
Nerd.
It only works if you crumple a piece of paper and throw it at me.
I did. They just didn't see it, Terry. Magic of what we're doing right now.
You're right. I'm sorry. I did not. Air quotations, paper thrown. Well, that is the Cave. That is the Cave Trail podcast. I've been Terry.
And I, on occasion, am David.
And this has been real fun. Please come back and listen to us again. Thank you.
And good night.